Hello and welcome to another AIC Productions video. Today I wanted to follow up with my Ruger Mark IV 2245 Lite. I have had a chance to take this to the range now and shoot, and it was an absolute blast. It was very accurate. As you can see, I took the optical sight off, or the red dot sight that I had on here. It was not at all accurate. I'll need to spend some time sighting that in, but since I was there with friends and my wife and my father, I just wanted to be able to shoot and let them shoot without having to mess with an inaccurate sight. So we'll get that taken care of. Right now the gun is clear and with no magazine in it, so no worries there. I did run into a problem though shooting the gun. Kind of a really frustrating one. After the first magazine or two, I started to get to where the bullets were jamming up in the top of the barrel. And it was fine. I was still able to shoot probably close to 300 rounds through the gun at the range that day with no issues other than that one very specific one with the bullets jamming up the top of the barrel. But basically they were just nosing up into it. And I did some research and I talked to Ruger. Ruger customer service was excellent. Talked to them about it and they made two recommendations. The first recommendation is they sent me out some new magazines. So I now have 4 magazines, 2 of which I get to keep and the other 2 I'll be sending back. And as you can see, I've put some dots on here. I just used some of the wife's fingernail polish. The color has changed. I think this was supposed to be pink and it's a muddy brown. This is a nice bright green, and it's kind of more of a forest green on there, but these are the old ones, and you can tell that now because they show a little bit of wear here, and these ones do not show wear in that same location. So these are the new ones, these are the old ones, but I wanted a way to differentiate them. So as I was putting rounds through, if I had a particular magazine that was causing me a specific issue, I could figure that out pretty quickly, which one is the problem. And then if I am having problems, or if I have no problems, 2 of these will be going back to Ruger. They sent me an envelope with prepaid postage on there to send those back. So that was suggestion number 1. Try some new mags and see if that resolves the problem. The other thing they recommended is I was using that Remington Thunderbolt ammo, and everybody says that's terrible ammo, and I agree. It was cheap. And so I went ahead and I picked up some CCI 22 long rifle rounds. I picked up some non-bulk Federal, and I picked up some Winchester hollow point that is copper plated, and I picked up some bulk Federal as well. And my goal with this is hopefully to find a round that the gun likes to shoot without any kind of jamming. And just going to show you the rounds here. Some differences I've noticed besides being you know, a different brand, so having a different look because it's a different brand. One thing I noticed is that the bullets as a whole don't wiggle around as much, and in fact are quite secure in the casings on these Federals. The Remingtons were not. They were loosey-goosey, could wiggle the bullet around in the casing quite a bit, and could have it be not very straight. I don't know if that was a problem or not, but definitely even the bulk ammo is higher quality. Same thing with these Winchesters. They're a little bit looser than the Federals, but I can't spin the bullet in there. There's just a little bit of a wiggle, and that goes for just about any bullet I grab in here. This one doesn't spin, and just a little bit of wiggle there, which is way more secure in the casing than the Remingtons were. and of course the CCIs and the non-bulk Federals are even better than the bulks. So these are the non-bulk Federals, and again, no wiggle, no spin. It's very secure bullet in the casing, and we'll just see what difference that makes in firing. So I have, what is that, 758 bullets, so 50 plus 50 plus, what is this, 325 plus 333. Should be a fun time. I actually have several of these champions here. So I think I have 250 bullets. Not sure if I want to take all of them to the range or just try out a box of 50. We will see. I'll be bringing it all with me to the range and deciding at the range how much of it I actually shoot. So that is, and as so far, the only problem I've had with the gun is that nose up of the bullet into the top of the barrel. Other than that, it shoots beautifully. It feels good in the hand. I am going to get a tandem cross halo ring for the bolt, because there's been a few times where I've gone to pull it back and I didn't let go quick enough and it pinches me here, and I like the idea of having just the ring to pull on to pull it back. The other thing I've thought about doing is getting a compensator for the front. I know on a 22 it will do almost nothing, but I like the way it looks, so I might do it just for the looks of it. The ring, gun parts are really expensive. The ring I think is like 50 bucks, and the compensator, which I actually would think would be more money because it's a more complicated machined part, I think is only 40 bucks or 35 bucks. They really charge a lot for that, the Halo ring, but we'll see. Haven't made a final decision on that yet. I'll be going out to the range here in the next couple of weeks to go through the bullets. We've actually had some pretty bad monsoon storms, and so I don't want to be out shooting in a dust storm. For some odd strange reason, that doesn't seem very enjoyable. I also may go to an indoor range just to be able to sit there and shoot. The indoor range, unfortunately, is a lot more expensive, so we will see what my options are in a couple weeks when I have time to do that. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm not a huge gun expert, obviously, but I have thoroughly enjoyed this gun so far in my short time of ownership, and I'm happy to answer any questions about it. I probably won't go full quartz and barrels and all that other jazz. That's a lot of money. If you want to spend a lot of money, start modifying your gun. It's a quick way to burn some holes in pockets. I've owned some things that burned holes in my pockets pretty quick, or in my wallet, between my Jeep and other project cars and computers and things like that. I thought I was pretty good at spending money very, very quickly. Look at modifying a gun. You could easily spend more on just a couple of parts for the gun than you did on the gun itself entirely, and then some. The grips, the barrels, things like that are just, they're gorgeous, beautiful pieces of machinery and work. Ridiculously expensive. Anyways, if you have any suggestions on anything else to try for that nose up bullet in the barrel, I'll take any suggestions you may have. Why is that not? Anyways, I'll take some suggestions that you might have for that, for sure, and take a look. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.